Hi there, welcome to another episode of Operation American Dream. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs. We have got a fantastic show today. It is so exciting to bring in incredible veteran partners that I've been able to work with at other times in my career, but now to bring them to you, the audience, so you can have an awareness of some of the great organizations that are here in San Diego. Today we've got lined up the USO San Diego, Paralyzed Veterans Association from the La Jolla VA Hospital, and we have also got Warrior Foundation Freedom Station. You do not want to miss it, so we're going to get started right now. Welcome back to Operation American Dream. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs. Got a wonderful segment here right now with some gentlemen that I've had the pleasure of meeting in some prior lives, but the Cal Diego chapter of Paralyzed Veterans Association here in San Diego. I have got John Plaza and DeMarlon Pollard. Did I say that correctly?
Pollard.
Pollard.
Yes.
Okay, Pollard. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I am so excited to let our audience know a little bit more about what's going on with the PVA, Paralyzed Veterans Association. I have firsthand been over at the VA hospital in La Jolla where you guys are, working with the paralyzed veterans, and it is outstanding, the care that you guys are giving. So if it's okay, I wanted to start with John, because I want you to touch base a little bit about the organization, the nuts and bolts of what you guys do and what you do over there.
Sure, I'm the Special Projects Coordinator. Basically, my job is to go and run all the events that we have. We have our own event, that's the Freedom Festival that's always held November 11th down at the Embarcadero. We have the Navy Band comes out. We do a bunch of mobility vehicles that are there from the different mobility groups that we have here, Golden Boy, Mobility Works, and
What's a mobility vehicle? Just
It's
for those who don't know.
A mobility vehicle is a conversion van that's been modified with adaptive hand controls into it.
Oh, very cool.
And there are some that DeMarlon can talk a little more about the vehicles, because he actually deals with that more than I do. And but we have different programs, and some of the programs we have are a bowling program, which I started up. I love bowling, so I'm out there, and it was like, all right, let's get these guys out and see what happens. So we're over at Kearny Mesa Bowl every first and third Thursday of the month.
How fun!
Yep.
And I bet they're better than me.
We've had some that actually rolled at 276.
Oh my gosh!
So they're bowling from their chairs. We have some that are pushing the ball down a ramp and all that because they can't throw from their chairs, but they're having fun. We just had our end of season banquet, and it was a lot of fun. I give out different little trophies and that to them. Last year I gave out some that were this comical guy just looking all crazy and that, and everybody loved it. So
you guys do so much. It's not just, we're caring for these paralyzed vets in the hospital. That is not at all what yes, you have an incredible facility, but like you're describing, a ton of activities and things that you're doing to make their life so much better and more enriched with all the same opportunities and activities that we all have, correct?
And that's what it is. It's about improving their quality of life. And we do that with a sailing program. We take them right out here in Mission Bay, and they're sailing 18-foot Martin sailboats.
Oh my gosh.
They're in there with Challenge Sailors. And Ken Wixon from Challenge Sailors, we have to thank him. He's a big part of getting the group together and that. And what they do is they go out with a volunteer sailor. They pilot the boat. They do everything unless they need some help, and the volunteer will then help. At the end of the season, we have a regatta. So I think we're going to do this around the end of August. We'll have a regatta, and they'll have a race out there.
Oh, how fun.
And everybody, is out there running their own 18-foot Martin sailboat. It's a lot of fun.
See, that's incredible. And you guys, are you all supported by as a nonprofit?
No, all our money is donated by fundraisers, grants, and by endowments. We have no government funding whatsoever.
Wow. So you rely on those
we do.
To keep this going. How many years has this chapter been?
This chapter's been around since 1981.
Okay.
Paralyzed veterans have been around since 1946.
Wow.
They were the original Wounded Warriors.
Okay.
And basically what happened is a bunch of veterans came back with spinal cord injuries from World War II, and they started up the organization. And we have 34 chapters. We're one of 34. Our
That's
national
incredible.
office is in D.C., and they're a big, they work well with the VA. They're basically hand in hand.
Okay.
Our president and the VA secretary are having coffee every morning.
I've been there, and there's such a camaraderie and a family feel. All of the people that work there are just, I go in and I feel like I'm part of the family because I've been there 4 years in a row now, I think, at Christmas time. And I'm just so impressed with what you guys are doing, and the morale there is so wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing DeMarlon in. I want to touch base with you. If you're comfortable, I would love you to share your story a little bit. What branch of service and when did you serve, and what happened in your experience?
Well, I served in the United States Navy from 1990 to 94. I was stationed on board a ship, a Marine transporter that carried Marines across seas. I was a yeoman. I worked for the commanding officer of the ship. Enjoyed my time in the military. That was probably one of the best things I could have done in my life, was serve my country.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that. I got out of the service in '94, and I've always been connected with the military. I worked at the Naval Shipyard for a period of time there, and then I worked for a contract defense company that did work for the military. I had the unfortunate incident in 2006, January, where I was involved in a hit-and-run motorcycle accident. I was riding a motorcycle, part of a motorcycle club, leaving a big function, and somebody was trying to go somewhere faster than I was and clipped my back tire, sent me off the road. I hit a cement divider on the side of the road, and I broke my back. The gentleman did not stop, so I laid on the side of the road until someone found me, and fortunately, I'm still here today. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, we're very grateful.
I had no idea that I still had the benefit of going to the VA hospital. When I got out of the military, I wasn't a disabled veteran. I was a veteran, but I had my own health care and everything. And the organization that I now work for came to my bedside at Sharp Memorial Hospital and told me about the benefits of the spinal cord injury unit at the VA hospital, and that's how I got connected with the VA and got over to the VA hospital.
Wow. That's incredible. What difference did that make in your life at that point?
Totally changed my life 110%, because the quality of care that's provided by the specialized unit that we have at the VA hospital is, bar none, the best. Because we have specialized nursing, we have the specialized equipment to take care of our population. So there's no other place that can provide the services that the VA hospital provides for spinal cord injury, spinal cord disease patients.
Did you find that it was helping you physically and mentally and emotionally as well? Did you feel like you were getting all those needs met?
Both, because one, the first thing that they did was provide care for me. So that was the first and foremost. They taught me the things that I needed to know in order to take care of myself in the condition that I was now in. But they also provided mental health in case I had issues dealing with the accident. We have psychologists on hand that work with our veterans to provide that service for them. We have specialized physical therapy, occupational therapy. We have wheelchair repair. We have all of the needs to provide for our veterans there at the VA hospital.
That's so incredible, because it's not something that you woke up one day and knew you needed to know what these resources were and that it's something you were ever going to need. I bet every patient that's gone through there never dreamed that they would be a patient and need those resources.
No.
So if you don't have organizations like Cal Diego to come in and say, here we are, here's what we can do, and here's all the things that we already know you're going to need that you don't even know. And did you find that that was being provided, and that that's what you guys really specialize in?
Oh yeah, that's provided on a regular basis. Now, I'm a member of Cal Diego PVA, but I'm actually a national employee of the Paralyzed Veterans of America. So my job is as a, well, now my title's been changed to Veterans Health and Benefits Specialist, because I'm stationed there at the hospital. So I actually make sure that the quality of care that the veterans coming into our hospital is top notch. I make sure it's provided for them, and I'm a resource for education, which I refer a lot of our clients to the PVA in order to get out in the community, to know what's going on, what services are provided for them, to connect them with Sharp Hospital as well for some of the outings that we work together with them in order to provide the adaptive sports, the adaptive sailing, all the adaptive programs that San Diego has available for our veterans.
Perfect city for that, isn't it?
Oh, of course, it's amazing.
I mean, it's perfect city for that.
There's
Yeah.
so much here to do in San Diego, and we have so many other organizations that have gathered with us to make the adaptability able to happen.
That's so fantastic. I mean, you're such an incredible example of someone who took a tragedy and what you went through that you could have just wallowed and been sitting there, and you're now giving back and tenfold. And what you can firsthand relate to all of the other patients coming through as you guys continue to grow and build this chapter. I am so proud to call you guys my friends and have for a couple years. I love seeing what you've got going on. And it really was such an honor to have both of you guys in today. I can't say thank you enough for the time that you took, for being in here and sharing your story, and the fact that you're sharing it with so many others and touching lives. True inspiration. Absolutely, the rest of us have no excuse for not giving back on a regular basis. There is always a way. Even if you're disabled, there is a way to give back. And thank you for all the giving back that you're doing. We'll continue to support what you guys have going. We'll have you back as you have other events coming up. And just thank you again for being here. It was an honor to meet both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Like I said, the biggest thing is, you know, you get out there and it doesn't matter if they can do it right or not. It's getting them out there and watching the faces. We have one sailor, he actually went out there and he was doing something with the RC cars. Hadn't been able to do anything. We got him out there. He was able to run the car. He's running it backwards, but he's laughing, having a good time.
That's awesome.
And that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for watching Operation American Dream.
With career coaching and employment workshops, Hire Heroes USA empowers military members, veterans, and spouses in their job search at no cost to them. Go to hireheroesusa.org to learn how you can support our mission.
Hi, welcome back to Operation American Dream. I'm Amy Scruggs, your host today. I have a fantastic guest, this is a dear friend of mine, Sandy Lehmkuhler. Now, here is a woman who is a Navy wife volunteering for a VA hospital and noticed that there was a need for razors for our veterans and our paralyzed veterans, and turned that into one of the largest nonprofit organizations in our nation that's helping our paralyzed veterans, families, doing tremendous outreach and things for these families at Liberty Station. So I want to take a moment to introduce Warrior Foundation Freedom Station, dear friend of mine, Miss Sandra. Welcome to the show. So excited to interview you today.
So I just wanted to correct a few things.
Yes.
We work directly with the active duty military guys that are up at Balboa and Camp Pendleton, Fort Irwin. We don't actually work with the VA directly.
Okay.
We work with warriors who have been battle injured, who have been injured while on the line of duty, in training. We don't specialize in paralyzed, but we do have warriors that have been through our facility that are paralyzed. And we do have, if they are able to stand on their own and take care of themselves, we do have cottages that are able to handle a paralyzed, injured warrior. So, and we're Freedom Station, and we're located right by Balboa Naval Hospital. So we start with an active duty person. And the difference with our transitional philosophy and other transitional philosophies, we take that guy while they're on active duty. So Amy, you get your last paycheck, let's say in August, and you're an amputee. In September, you would hope that you started to get all of your benefits. Well, unfortunately, our government doesn't quite move that way. And you can go 4 to 6 months with no paycheck. Think about that. No paycheck, 4 to 6 months. We have them living at Freedom Station, and we bridge that gap for them financially. And it's not a handout, it's a hand up. We keep the PTSD from kicking in. We keep other bad habits from kicking in. We get them going to colleges, workshops for warriors, whatever their interest is. And if they don't know what their interest is, at least they have a landing place and a place to take a breath to decide what they want to do.
That's incredible.
And there's a lot of incredibly great, unique volunteers that help our warriors that work through our foundation. Our foundation is unique in that you have a very hands-on way to help a warrior. It's not just write a check, send it in.
Sure.
You're actually working directly with warriors. Now, I'm not saying that we can just let, Ole Ole Ocean free, but we do have very unique ways, whether it be you come on Thursdays and pack up backpacks. We're going to be having a big event where 200 guys will be fishing and each guy is going to receive a backpack.
That's incredible.
It can be sitting and just talking quietly with a guy, or helping them barbecue their dinner, helping them with things that they need to take care of with the VA, or benefit snags, things
And you
of
even
that
fly
matter.
them home at the holidays, don't
We
you?
do.
You guys
They're-
raise
those
money
are
and
the
you get
acti-
flights.
Yes, we. It's an honor. We work directly with the commands, and we are able to. This year we gave away 322. They have not all been used yet, however. And the postcard that we give them just simply says, you're going to wake up in your own bed, in your own state, with your own family,
That's so
Christmas
amazing.
morning. And a lot of times it's kind of like watching the wave. They're in formation, they can't move, but it's kind of like that, watching the electricity go through
Right.
that. And a lot of the guys will say to us, ma'am, I had a choice. I could either buy gifts and send them home to my family, or I could go home. Now I can do both. And
Isn't that
how
wonderful?
simple is buying an electric razor for a guy, giving them a ticket home, providing a cottage where they can kind of take a breath and regroup and decide what they want to do. We have a warrior that just graduated from USD, and one of our larger donors has hired him, and he'll be selling medical devices to the Department of Defense. It is that whole firestorm
cycle.
of giving that is San Diego.
You are such a mover and shaker in San Diego. Everybody mentions your name when I'm talking with our military and veteran community. They all know you. You've made a phenomenal difference in the lives of so many.
I hope so.
I'm
I hope
excited
so.
to have you come on multiple times throughout the year to talk about the different things that you're doing as my audience gets to know more about what you guys are doing there, because I know we could take up a whole hour and just have a ball here.
You and I, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I want to make sure we touch base real quick that I know you're looking for a second location right now. You guys are growing leaps and bounds.
We are. We have 8 cottages right now and 4 apartments, and around the corner is a location. My sniper says to me one day, get in the truck. Well, when a sniper says, get in the truck, you get in the truck. Go around the corner, he says, look through those bushes. And I look in there, and it's a setup exactly like ours, 10 cottages, 4 apartments, but painted yellow and white. The gentleman doesn't quite know he's going to sell it to me yet, but we'll make it happen.
Oh,
so
that's what
we're
we're gonna-
very excited about it. We
That
need
is
help, though, with
fantastic.
that.
We're excited to hear the updates on that. You're going to
Okay,
keep me in touch,
okay.
and I'll announce that one. Coming up around in November, Veterans Day, we've got about 180 restaurants that are going to be donating proceeds back to your organization. You were chosen for that.
Yeah,
And I wanted
so
to touch
excited.
base real quick on what you have coming up right now with the Tide and Ride. Is it Tide and Ride, right?
It's actually the Coronado Rotary.
Okay.
And it's the Low Tide Ride and Stride. Incredible program. They have supported us and done so much for our warriors, right down to buying the wheelchairs for our Wolfpack team.
Wow.
It takes a lot of different groups to buy all those wheelchairs. But go to the website for the Coronado Rotary.
Okay.
Sign up. It's the only time the Navy SEALs open their base up, and you can run through the Navy SEAL team
Oh, how
base
incredible.
to be part of this run. You can ride a bike, you can walk, you can run, and a lot of our warriors will go and do it too. It's amazing.
When is that?
It's going to be in June, and it's on the 17th.
Oh my goodness!
So-
And what website? Where can people find that?
They can go to the Coronado Rotary, and they can go to our website as well, warriorfoundation.org.
Okay.
And you can go to events, and you'll be able to see information about it. But we want as many people out there this year as we can get, because we want to give our Marines some competition.
Oh, that is so outstanding. There is no question. You can see it in your eyes and your heart. You absolutely love what you do. And I knew that when I met you
It's an
years ago
honor.
at Tee It Up for the Troops. We met.
Yes.
And every time I've seen you, you just absolutely shine with your passion and enthusiasm for what you do to give back to the incredible men and women that have sacrificed. And I can't thank you enough
And you
for being
give
here.
an awful lot yourself, and I so appreciate the fact that you share your talents. I cry every time I hear you sing. I cry every time. But I want to share with you, it takes all of us to make this
It
difference.
does.
These warriors aren't going to ask for a lot, but we can give them a lot.
And everybody can have a hand in giving back. Please make sure you check out the website and take a look and see what Sandy's doing. Get involved. There's so many things. We're going to have her back in the future for everything she's got coming up. And if everybody comes together, we can even make more of a difference, especially in this great city, San Diego. Thank you so much, Sandy, for being here
Thank
today.
you, Amy.
Thank you. Welcome back to Operation American Dream. I'm your host here today. I'm Amy Scruggs, and I'm so excited that we have phenomenal guests here. I mean, they're all phenomenal, but I'm excited about this segment too because we have the USO San Diego here. I have our special guest, Stephanie Brown and Bobby Woods. I got it right, didn't I? You got it. I can't thank you enough for being here today. And we were just kind of talking off camera a little bit. USO is very dear to my heart. It was back in 2007 that I brought my children into the USO facility up in Ontario, and we served. And said, how can we serve? And planes would come in and we'd serve sandwiches. And I taught my kids, we'd clean up trash, we'd tell them thank you. And it was, for me, for my career, it grew from there, word of mouth, that I was able to go out and support the military in a larger way through my music career. But it started with the USO, and it started with showing my kids that it doesn't take much to go and say thank you and make a difference in a life. Yeah. So with that, I want to talk about, Bobby, thank you so much for your years of service.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's, you know, just honored to be sitting here with you. And I would love to hear about your heart for the USO and some of the misconceptions of what people think you do versus what you're really doing.
Well, okay.
Take it from there.
Again, really, the USO is something that's been a part of my life for my entire military career. So I really thought it was an organization that was built for me and built for the military, and it was. I just didn't understand the complexities of what it took to make a USO. And so fast forward now, I have an opportunity to help out so many of our service members today. And so the USO, just to give you a little bit of touch about it, in 1941, when you think about the war efforts in 1941, the USO kind of came along at a great time when war was happening, and the community comes together to say, this is about supporting and appreciating what the military does. And so since that time, it was about helping to lift the spirits of America's servicemen and women who was in country and back here, back home. And so our USO has been built since 1941 here in San Diego, and we had many of them around up and down the coast. And of course, some of them went away, and San Diego's been here for all that time. And having such a large amount of people here in San Diego, the largest concentration in the Navy, it's important that we have a USO that can support all of those efforts. And so we've built programs from Santa store programs to Thanksgiving programs to resiliency programs that we have in the USO today that really help us, just not the service member himself, but his family. We've concentrated on that. Our new mission of helping to strengthen America's military by connecting them with the family, the home, the country, throughout their military career. And as they walk out the back door, we're starting some transition people that's going to be able to help those 90 days from getting out, connecting them to places they need to go, where they're going to start their new life. So those are some of the things that the USO continues to do. And I think family resiliency is something that we're really looking forward to doing. And the way we get to be able to do that is really from our community. And so a community person that has $1 million just couldn't go to the front doorstep of an admiral and say, hey, we'd like to give you this money. But they use an organization like the USO, which I like to call the best friend of the military.
Right.
And so they can use us and navigate all those things they want to do for a serviceman or a servicewoman. And in some cases, we do have young service members that don't make a lot of money. And so they could use all those extra support efforts that the USO provides on a weekly and daily basis for all those service members. Whether it be a community chest program or a food program, the USO have it.
You guys have the resource for everything for them. I know how much that you're connected with all of the other outreach, organizations for the military and veteran community here. So they can come to you and you guys are going to know, hey, we've got someone here. We've got this to help you with whatever their specific need is. You have all volunteers there at the facility, am I right?
I tell you, the volunteers, they touch my heart. They really do. I didn't grow up doing that. So when I see volunteers, and I didn't grow up in an environment, I came as a sergeant major, so when I get into a USO, I didn't smile, I didn't do those things. Watching volunteers truly touch me in a way that says, when I get old and gray and I leave my job, that's what I'm gonna do. Right. Because they make such a difference, and I see them live a little bit longer because they're volunteers, and they're such passionate people. And we wouldn't operate without them.
That's right. I firsthand loved all the volunteers that have been in the facilities I've been able to be at, and they truly love what they're doing, and that extends to the service members that are coming through there. It's a very family environment
It really
in my
is.
experience of being there, and I know that you guys are going above and beyond to provide that kind of resource for them. I want to touch base a little bit with Stephanie real quick. You are kind of chairing and heading up a very large event to bring awareness for USO. Tell me a little bit about that. And I love this right here, if you guys can check this out. I love the logos and what you guys have going, and just please tell me a little bit more about what you're going on.
First of all, on behalf of the entire USO Gala Committee and the organization, I sit on the board as well, we just want to thank all of our men and women who serve and sacrifice for our country. We wouldn't be here without you, and everything we do every day is because of you. This is National Military Appreciation Month, the month of May. So it's a really big month for us, not only just to appreciate all of the military men and women that serve, but it's also National Military Spouse Day on May 12th. And then, of course, our wonderful gala is going to be May 20th. So we have wonderful presenting title sponsors who've been with us year after year, Aline and George Gould and Papa Doug and Jenny Manchester. They've really come, stepped up to support our military.
How many years have you been doing this gala?
I've been a part of USO probably for the last 3 or 4 years.
Great.
First in my Union Tribune days, and then the last 2 years as a gala co-chair. Along with other co-chairs, Rena Horowitz has done an amazing job trying to really rally the troops. And this year we'll be honoring Malin Burnham. So his a huge philanthropic leader in our community who does so much for the military and just the overall San Diego region. His motto is community before self. So he will be a keynote speaker.
I want to meet him.
Yeah, you will. And so he'll be a special attendee, and it's just going to be a really, really special event.
Fantastic. Where is it again?
It's going to be at the San Diego Marriott Marquis and Marina.
Okay.
So it'll be 5:30 p.m. VIP. Cocktail session followed by dinner and entertainment. May 20th, we have 55 tables sold, about 550 attendees, and our goal is ultimately to get to 1,000 guests that would attend. The Marriott for sure can host that many people.
Yes.
So.
What's the website for everybody to get to see what you guys are doing?
USOSandiego.org. So if you go
Perfect.
online, you can order tickets. And
Wonderful. I can't thank you enough both for being here today. So exciting to hear what you guys have going. Look forward to having you back in the future, and thank you. Good luck with this gala. I'm excited about it.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be back with more Operation American Dream.
I spent most of my career working for the same company.
When it came time for a career change, it was in my mind that things were going to be easy.
I wasn't getting hired, and I couldn't understand why.
The hiring manager looked at me like I was speaking another language.
And that's when it all made sense to me.
Wow, there's 500,000.
500,000 unemployed military veterans in the United States.
So I decided to reach out for help.
With career coaching and employment workshops, Hire Heroes USA empowers military members, veterans, and spouses in their job search at no cost to them. Go to hireheroesusa.org to learn more.
This was such an incredible time today. I truly love my job. I cannot thank enough our guests from the USO, from Warrior Foundation Freedom Station, from Cal Diego, Paralyzed Veterans. Thank you for being here today. And don't forget, if you missed this or you want to send it to somebody, to go to the YouTube channel of Operation American Dream, subscribe, and make sure that you promote and let people know the great things going on here in San Diego for our veteran community. Thank you. I'm Amy Scruggs.